I think I'll record a vlog. Um, Welcome back to my home office. This is my co-developer Kabe. She took the gaming chair, so I have I don't know if you can see it, just like a normal little chair. But this year I've been trying to just do more projects or make more time to work on my own projects. So it's almost the end of January. It is currently the 28th, the last weekend of January. So I kind of journaled my synopsis of the month and like how it went. So not quite a post-mortem, but just something to kind of keep track of everything. So I have that scanned in to show that. And basically, like every month, I'm trying to do a certain amount of things. So I have my constructed language channel. I have this programming channel. I have some like rando experimental channels that like I'm not trying to grow or anything. I just put random stuff there. But here was the plan for my January stuff. Was I wanted to update that game pack I made for Playdate. I've worked a little bit on it, but I have not finished it yet. I was hoping to finish it in January. But the first week of the month, I spent on making some Esperanto shorts. I made 6 of them, so I have them queued up for the first half of the year, each month, January to June. So that was successful. I worked on my foods album, which is just my project to create more music, so I have more of a pool of music I can choose from as background stuff for my videos or games or whatever, cartoons that I make. So I did another 3 songs this month. I did 3 songs last month, and I had it post to this YouTube earlier in January. So that is, this thing, not that, right here. So the next 3 songs will be posted on February 1st. So that'll be a monthly thing of like 3 songs per month throughout 2024. I did a little bit of Playdate development. I mostly spent that time trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the art style. So, for instance, first I downloaded a old version of Bryce 3D. So I was trying to model like just a really basic first-person dungeon crawl style view. So I tried that out to put into the Playdate game that I'm working on. I'm basically just replacing one of the games because I don't like the We Hate Skeletons game. I don't think it turned out very good, so I was replacing it. So I'm working on kind of a dungeon crawly thing. This looks okay as far as the point of view, but I feel like it could look better. So I ended up just basically spending that weekend experimenting with things. I tried different textures that you have available in GIMP, and I lowered the color to 1-bit to see how those would look. I tried some experiments. I didn't really like how that looked. I tried some more experiments. I tried drawing some stuff on paper to think of like, okay, what is a good black and white texture? And there's some more experiments where I just drew a texture and then I warped it to make it look like it was, going further away. I tried just doing like line art so you could very clearly see the lines. So I just colored these in bright colors and then lowered the bit amount. So this kind of looks like old Macintosh games, kind of like Deja Vu or like Mac-based Shadowgate, that sort of thing. But I did that last weekend, so I really didn't do that much for programming. I did update one thing to try to protect people's playdates from having dead screens, because in one of my games, a lot of kids would hold the screen while cranking. They would just like hold up here, and that's not good. This thing needs to get charged. But they would just like hold really hard here, and the last time a kid was playing my game, they did that and some dead pixels showed up, but then they went away. But this is the second playdate I've had. They sent me a replacement after the first time. It wasn't a kid, it was somebody at like the zine con. I just brought my playdate. It had weathered children before, but this person, non-technical person, was like holding really hard. I guess over here or something, because it was dead pixels on this side. So this is the second playdate I've had. But I don't want my game to be responsible for people's playdate screen messing up. So I'm updating that. Still updating. I wanted to record another, I want to try to record a Bad Game Ideas podcast, that little 15-minute podcast, once a month, maybe? So first time was a bunch of months ago, and I had my cousin Rebecca, my best friend. Then it's kind of hard to find extra hosts. It's kind of like a game, but then I feel weird putting people on the spot, you know. But then I realized I could technically record an episode solo, and I asked for some ideas on Mastodon, so I might record a solo episode. I don't know. It's just something that I think would be kind of funny, but we'll see. And then the other thing I had wanted to do was maybe make some kind of video essay about open source software, or an overview of some books that I have. I have a Free Culture. I have The Future of the Internet and How to Stop It. That one's an old book, but I thought it was interesting to read. It was right at 2009, so not quite when smartphones were as mainstream. Maybe it's 2007. But I do a lot of reading. I have Against Techno-Ableism, which I haven't finished yet because I'm terrible at reading books. But yeah, I maybe would do something, or maybe tutorials for non-technical people, how to find LibreOffice and install it, and how do you, something. So hopefully open source stuff would not be as scary. So, then the semester began this week, so I really didn't get anything done that weekend. Unplanned stuff. I did make a multiplayer clicker game. Let me see. What did I name it? Yeah, I spelled my own domain wrong. I just put this together in 5 minutes. Oh my. I know someone has created some sort of automated script. I didn't realize, I guess it's trying to set these to all be the same, which kind of defeats the fun of it. But these all, when you click on them, just submit something in some other hidden fields. And so you can the idea was to hopefully have people compete, but now that there's some sort of bot that's evening them out, so watch, it looks like maybe it will increase this one because it's trying to get them all to catch up to each other. So I don't know. Maybe this is the end game of this game of they all equal each other, and maybe that's saying something. So I can steal from another player. These are all shared. And so that was just something kind of basic I did. Just in response to, I had downloaded Raid Shadow Legends, not sponsored, because they had Xena, but I downloaded it too late to actually get Xena. So I was like, well, this game is not good, not great. So I just made my own clicker instead. And I might make some other web-based little games like this, but clearly, you can automate your inputs for it. You can click, but then someone's going to automate it, because everyone on my Mastodon that follows me is a programmer of some kind, mostly. So that might be something. Then that Chimera Land game I started playing is being terminated in March, so I started just in a different channel creating a vlog of stuff, of videos of playing the game. Let's see if I can get this URL right. That's not the right URL. Rachel plays games sometimes. I'll just look it up. But it's just this janky game that I got into, but it was pretty fun. So Chimeraland, Posterity, Vlog. Sorry, this is taking a second. Oh, that's my front page suggestion. Watch this video about vapes. No, wait, that's the other thing. Okay, so on this Rachel Plays Games Sometime channel, I was just exploring the land. I figured it's my last chance to explore around the world, so I went to go see weird stuff around the world. So that's a casual project that I'm unplanned project that I started working on. Okay, then let's see. Miscellaneous ideas if I feel like replacing a project. I still have my retro PCs like the Osborne 1, I have my VIC-20, I have a old IBM convertible laptop. Still haven't made any videos about that. I have these old educational computers that I bought early last year and I didn't do anything with yet, because there's always just such limited time and energy. I have those, old retro gaming magazine, or not gaming magazines, but like computer magazines that have type-in games and such. I have some old basic tutorial books and stuff. So I could do a video about all of that. I could do more experimental web games, so I was thinking of doing something like maybe everyone can plant a seed somewhere on a garden and then they grow over time. Just random stuff. Then I was thinking maybe I could remake really old projects of mine. So this is an old Flash animation I had made on Newgrounds. I could reuse the characters and make some sort of very old style platformer or something. And I was just thinking of interesting ways to generate levels. So I was thinking, okay, I could grab something on open data and somehow convert that into a level, or maybe I could take an HTML page, like just curl it, download it, parse the HTML into a level or something weird. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking of different ideas. I ought to study Hindi more. I am bad about keeping up with that. And then for work stuff, I've been working on basically converting all of my course resources into an org mode style book with Emacs. So at the moment I'm exporting these all to HTML pages, but the idea is to hopefully get some styling set up for LaTeX and export to a PDF file, but also be able to have the freedom to do both styles. So far I have like the documentation for things. I have reading assignments. Let's see. I forgot where. Let's look at. I did some drawings in the data structures book. I mean, I have drawings in all of them, but I did one here. Not there. Somewhere else. Exploring data. Maybe in the reading. So just different computer science topics for my classes. That's just a thing I've been working on. Last semester, I started moving things to just pure org mode documents, but standalone. And this one is I'm compiling it into a kind of book format. So currently it's laid out like this. I could possibly also kind of agnosticize it into a book that you can follow on its own, starting with like this one, the basic C++ coding up through classes, and then make that available on itchio or something. Git resources. I've been writing more Git resources for my classes because I have them use Git bash and source control, and with my CS235 last semester, I created a code base and everyone would get tickets. They'd be similar types of C++ features to implement. They'd take a ticket like you would do on the job. Usually in jobs I've worked, you take whatever ticket you want Usually you kind of have an area and implement it, then submit a merge request. So I have all my 235 and 250 students submit merge requests. Then I can review their code. I can mark places and leave comments if they need to fix something. And then I merge it in once it's acceptable. And then I've also been working on unit tests for various programming assignments. I'm trying to get it so that every programming assignment has a unit test. So for instance, if I go into my CS Tier 35, I just did the standard template library one. So these don't have unit tests here, but the graded program does. So if I run this in code blocks real quick, and I run it, you know, it starts off with none of the tests passing, but this is the solution version. So it would say if it passes or fails. That one actually doesn't look as nice as some of my other unit tests. Let me go open up my C++ basics. Wait, that one's the, oh, there we go. Here. So we can build and run it. And it gives more information for if it fails. But it also gives students feedback. They can run the automated tests to kind of compare my output with their output and kind of know that they're going to get 100% unless I like go through and see that their code looks really gross or something. But for the most part, if the functionality's there, they probably did an okay job with the code formatting. So yeah, that's that. So for February, now I'm trying to plan a handful of things to do. So I technically already have Esperanto shorts covered until June. So that's kind of, you know, if I had time, I could work on an extra cartoon or something. I might stream Gamedev or do more of those C++ and 60-second shorts. Work on 3 new songs for the Creative Commons repository I have. Maybe do a Bad Game Ideas podcast with Rebecca, my best friend cousin. And then if I don't finish this Playdate update today, which is unlikely, probably do that next month over the weekend. So I usually do my projects on the weekends and I do work during the work week. Maybe I should switch it around so that I do work on the weekends, but then people want to socialize on the weekends, so then that cuts into my work time. Maybe I should do my game development on Tuesdays or like on Thursdays and Fridays. Just like switch it around so maybe I can prioritize my game programming a little bit more, because it's always on the back burner and I feel bad about that. The back to semester depression hits hard when you stop having that free time. So yeah, this is my January vlog. Since I'm trying to really stick to kind of a routine more, and because working on my own projects is important to me and important to my personal fulfillment, here's a vlog. Maybe it will motivate me to continue working on stuff. I at least did 2.5 out of 5 things. Hopefully this will only take like one full weekend to kind of finish up. I need to kind of implement the game and figure out the actual game mechanics and not just you can move around a maze. I mean, I guess it could be just moving around a maze, but that's boring. Bad game. That's like really casual. That doesn't even need to be a priority. And then, I don't know. I've never done video essays. And I used to be like, well, these other people are pumping them out so much. I can't possibly like do the same level of quality and be as regular as them. And then the H-Bomber guy video came out, so I'm like, okay, I guess I know how to research. I've written essays before. I've done research papers. Maybe I can do a video essay or just tutorials about open source stuff or data privacy or ethics in tech design, or if you haven't seen it already, I've seen a lot of people talking about the Carrie Doctorow video. The keynote that he gave at DEF CON, which is really good. Okay, not these. I believe it was at DEF CON. I should watch these other ones. This one right here is really good. I've seen some other people online talking about it. And so it made me want to talk more about it because I talked to my students about design bias and data privacy and ethics of, anything related to software. But at the same time, I'm just like, do I want to write an essay in my off time? Like, maybe if it's something I do for class anyway, I don't know. Or it could just be, I read this book, here's a summary of some good points, you should also read the book. Which, I mean, I guess this could be good for its own video. What was the name of it? If you haven't seen this book, you should read it. I ordered this one online after seeing the author post on Mastodon. Or maybe I saw them on post on Twitter. When did this come out? Because I don't have a Twitter anymore. And I haven't found everybody left over, but Shareware Heroes, that's pretty good. I need to grab the other book by them, which, let's see if we can find the link. It's the one about Mac games. Oh, wait, here we go. I need to pick up this book because even though I didn't have a Mac growing up and I didn't grow up playing those games, it's like an empty spot in my knowledge, so that would be really cool to read about as well. So, and then besides that, I've also been consuming a lot of media about the like NEC PCs, old Japanese PC gaming, and I'm just really fascinated by it. So if you watch like Basement Brothers, specifically like PC 98, PC 88 Paradise, I've been watching, like, I just love the graphics, and even though they're so choppy frame rate wise, because everything's moving kind of tile based, it's just really fascinating to see these old games and like another complete history of a different places game development through the 80s and 90s, and just something that I missed out on because I'm not Japanese. I live over here in America. So it's really cool seeing that. And basically like history of other countries, indie game scenes, or just like small development studios that got bigger, and all of that. Okay, well, I've been talking for 22 minutes. It is Sunday. What else am I going to do today? It's already 3:30. I need to go grocery shopping because we have no food here. And then tomorrow we go back to work. We got meetings. So, I don't know. I'll try to do what I can today. Do some kind of project. I'll have to think about it. I feel like if I do stream game development, I should stream the rest of fixing up that Playdate game. So then I am actually going to get done, even though, like, it's always weird to have people watch you code. I don't mind it so much, but it just feels like if I run into a problem, it's harder to think through it. But I feel like I would get shit done if I actually streamed myself working on the game development for that. Because right now I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to implement. If I'm on stream, I can't just sit and pause. I have to, like, just implement something. Just do it. Then it'll get done. Then it'll be done. Something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching the vlog. Take it away, Kabe.